and welcome to City Beat, your English lifestyle magazine show that's always tuned in to the pulse of this dynamic city. I'm your host Jenny, and here are today's stories. This week on City Beat, we talk to the screenwriters responsible for some of TV's best-loved characters. Front row fashion, City Beat opens up its little black book of style with a roundup of the latest fashion shows. And Disney Live, we pay a visit to the new stage show that's bringing all the magic of Disney to Shanghai. In a fashion quandary, these week's runway shows should provide you with more than a little inspiration to inject a good dose of style into your wardrobe. So plastics at the ready, it's time to revolutionise your look. It's rush hour before the spotlight hits the catwalk. Hectic last-minute touches, but everything's under control. Several hours later, the big moment finally arrives. Hailing from Italy, Miss 60 linked up with Energy to present their autumn-winter collection. Rebellious rock and roll spirit from the 60s and 70s served as the major inspiration, as the collection combines sexy, glamorous and humorous elements together with young attitude.
This is the first time that we'll take the full New York fashion show down to runway size, down to the full collection, actual show pieces for the show. It's the first time we'll bring it to Asia. The clothes, you'll see a lot of very bright colors. They use a lot of old and heavy wools, a lot of very nice materials, and at the same time, I mean, it'll still be just very feminine and also still quite experimental.
Thick wool materials were matched with knitwear and silk to emphasize the effect of layering, while trendy stripes and reinterpreted geometric patterns added a modern touch to classic 70s designs.
The latest chic collection from Joyce, boasting stylish figures, art, fashion, beauty, and philanthropy. The event's theme was centered on when fashion meets art, with styles based entirely on paintings by Art Nouveau designer Kim Xu. Xu's works combine East with West and traditional with modern. These imaginative creations encapsulate the designer's important message to modern women: style, independence, and perseverance.
An avant-garde approach to fashion. Footwear brand Stella Luna used this catwalk show to tell us what magic shoes can do for your feet. Strutting their stuff and posing in front of huge LED screens, models were dressed up in heavy metal style. With a mysterious and cool ambience dominating the runway, shoe designs followed cool colour palettes, including grey, silver, brown and black. The latest fashion trends like luxury bohemia, architecture line and future rock were grouped together to show us the beauty of relaxed style. Shanghai's China-US TV and Film Forum recently hosted a meeting between Hollywood and China's brightest screenwriting stars. The meeting of the minds saw delegates discuss their success, the writing process and the difference between America and Chinese systems. City Beat was backstage to get an exclusive insight in what it takes to write a hit TV series.
Oh my god.
Killer poncho.
Sparkles. Thanks. You are an attractive, confident businesswoman.
I think Ugly Betty kind of taps into universal themes.
Betty. Betty. Betty.
Betty.
She's a normal woman surviving in a totally crazy world, and I think that it's something that everyone can identify with.
I like your poncho. My dad got me one in Guadalajara.
Milan, Dolce & Gabbana, fall.
Oh.
Betty Suarez.
Hi.
Archetypal character. It's a very simple story, and within that there is a lot that can be done. There's a lot of complexity with regards to emotion, to characters, but the actual premise is so simple. It's an ugly duckling story. It's a story about an outsider, an underdog, and everyone feels like that at one time or another. What I love most about Betty, really, it's her optimism. In a sometimes very cruel, very mean-spirited world, she deals with adversity in the best possible way. She's tested constantly, but always makes the right decision, and she's sort of the best of us. She's what we all sort of wish we can be, and don't necessarily live up to.
Critically acclaimed TV series Lost was something of a surprise hit for its creators. With the initial pilot costing over $11 million, the show quickly established a devoted fan base that has just finished its 4th series.
I think the key is we took sort of a high concept, sort of B idea, but gave it sort of A-grade execution.
Someone's coming.
Take a sort of slightly cheesy idea of a bunch of people who were stranded on a deserted island, but really make it intriguing and make it challenging for the audience. Make it about things that were important thematically, and really try to make the storytelling rich and complicated.
I know who you are. You're the prisoner. I'm the what? You found a gun on a U.S. Marshal? Yes, I believe you did. You knew what it was because you were the one he was bringing back to the States. Those handcuffs were on you. That's how you knew there was a gun. That's who you are, you son of a bitch.
Be as suspicious of me as I am of you.
You are the prisoner.
Fine. I'm the criminal. You're the terrorist. We can all play a part. Who you want to be?
So the challenge always is you're inheriting really complicated story over 4 years and 80 hours. How do you tell a story that the audience isn't confused about, but without violating any of the things that you've done already? If we ever have a question of where an event has occurred narratively, we have sort of an in-house Lost historian who makes sure that we stay true to the history of the show.
The seminar discussed the differences between the Chinese and American systems before considering the future of screenwriting.
我们一个编剧一个人要从头到尾干掉40集50集的剧本。
放下武器，快！我们都是中国人。
可小组注意请节。
我自己一个团长，从头到尾连大纲带剧本100多万字，一个人干，其实是非常残忍的。我们编剧是不是要做团队化操作，实在是太为时过早。
We have about 10 writers or so. One of the fun things about working on the show was that get to work with comedy writers who have a very different way of working. They often work very collaboratively. We'll take scripts, watch a little bit of them on a big screen. We'll sit there, punch out jokes.
Don't you look sweaty? I mean, in the archives, Dan, we wanted all these back issues.
Mm-hmm. Well, we missed you at the party last night. What happened? Sale at the 99-cent store?
这个区别其实很明显，就是很早以前，就是我都不好意思说了，就是因为很久以前大家都是这样认为的，就是说它是一个工业嘛，它那边是一个工业，而且是一个很成功的工业。
A lot of times when networks develop television shows and they have high expectations for them, the network is very controlling about how the show is developed.
And you have to find a way to sort of take the story, somehow make it work, and make everyone else happy with it. So you're kind of in the middle of all of these things.
电视剧领域编剧的地位会越来越高。如果好的编剧，也许没有好的明星，没有好的班底，也可以取得收视率的话，他们对编剧的看重会使他们愿意出更高额的购片费用。